We just had the Xbox Games Showcase, and just like the PlayStation 1, I'm going to go through everything that was announced. Then later I'll put a video out with the top 5 that I think are the best. The staple for the showcase was definitely Starfield. They ended up doing like another half an hour at least, just talking about Starfield. It's coming out this September, and it does look very good. We got another teaser for Fable. No dates or anything like that, but the teaser looked cool. It was definitely more whimsical, much like Fable has been in the past. South of Midnight looked outstanding. It was like claymation, southern. It just looks super cool. And the voice acting was top notch. Star Wars Outlaw. This is that Ubisoft Star Wars game we've been waiting for. It looks like it's going to be dealing a lot with the Syndicate or like underground outlaws that are amongst the Star Wars Outer Rims. Did not see a single lightsaber the entire time. 33 Immortal is going to be a kind of Hades over-the-top game, but the key is you could do 33 players co-op. I can't even imagine how messy that screen is going to get. My question though is, can these players be NPCs if you're playing by yourself? Payday 3 showed off their trailer. It didn't really impress me. It doesn't look much better than Payday 2, but check out Payday 2, guys. It's like free on Epic all the time. We have Persona 3 Reloaded, bringing back those beautiful, rich colors that Persona is known for. We also had a Persona 5 Tactica, which is going to be, you know, a tactical game. It looks kind of like Fire Emblem. Avowed show a very big trailer this time. This one actually had gameplay, and it looks like the big selling point for this one is how varied and very bright these spells animations are. It's not like Skyrim where you're just throwing fireballs. It's much more in-depth animations. It's hard to explain. It almost feels like it's a little bit slower than Skyrim in that way, but still very much an Elder Scrolls clone. And it's from the team from Obsidian, so we're going to be happy with it for sure. If you haven't played it yet, go check out their Outer Worlds. Number 2 is in development. Sea of Thieves is heading to Monkey Island with Sea of Thieves, The Legend of Monkey Island, which is going to be following up after the original game. It looks like it's taking place a couple years after Monkey Island storyline. Microsoft's Flight Simulator 2024 looks outstanding and is leaning in on the careers of flight. So not just the planes, but you can actually choose like what your responsibilities are with that flying device. Not just planes too, like experimental planes and stuff too. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 showed off what was, you know, in-game footage, but not gameplay, which is so frustrating because this is a very good game and Xbox is thirsty for exclusives. This is one of them that they could be showing off, but they really didn't do a very good job showing it off. The key is that we have a third Whisper now joining the conversation. You guys have played the game before. You have 2 Whispers always talking to you. There's definitely a third one, like this deep, gruff, almost hellish male voice. Like a Dragon, another one of these was announced. Again, it's not an Xbox showcase. It's not going to show off another one of these games. They're just pumping them out over there. We had Path of the Goddess, a whole lot of color, a whole lot of design. I mean, the costumes in this game are crazy. All the combat was very big. Big design, big swings. It was all very beautiful to look at. I don't know how good I'll be at it, but it's very beautiful to look at. Forza Motorsport showing off their partnership with GM. They have Cadillac and Corvettes joining the lineup. This is coming later this year. It's going to be Forza Motorsports, not Horizon. So this is the one that's like actually in the streets, while Horizon's kind of their off-road venture. We didn't get Elder Scrolls 6, unfortunately. I was really hoping for that one, but we did get another expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. This one's Journey to Necrome. This looks like it's going to be their Old Gods or Elder Gods expansion. If you played World of Warcraft, you know there's like this Old God stuff. It feels very much like that. Overwatch 2 Invasions was announced, and shady as hell because that's basically what we played at BlizzCon 2019. Literally the mission they're advertising here, because there's going to be this like single player mission, is the mission we played in 2019 that we were like, oh yeah, PvE. This is going to be a level for PvE. It's that. It's exactly that. So I can't wait for you guys to play something that's 4 years old already and was done a long time ago. So it's exactly what it is. Jusant is going to be an indie title where you're climbing the entire time. There are some interesting mechanics here, but really just feels like it's a small game where you're just climbing the whole time. Not a lot to say about this. Still Wakes the Deep feels like it's Alien Isolation, but it's on an oil rig. There are some very high tension moments where you're jumping from platform to platform over the ocean. I think this is going to be a good Halloween play. Dungeons of Hinterberg looks like it's some Miyazaki made game. Small, quaint town and your adventure in the middle of it. Combat seems pretty fast paced, and it looks like it's leaning in on exploration. They busted out Keanu Reeves, which I could swear they used AI to change his voice. It was really weird. But anyways, he announced he showed off the trailer for Phantom Liberty, which is the expansion for this. By the way, there's a leak on the price. It's going to be $35 for this expansion. It's going to be a pretty extensive game. I don't know if it's necessarily worth $35. Let me know what you think. City Skylines 2 was very impressive. This is basically some cities, but it's a different company. I am definitely going to be playing this. I was very surprised at how detailed this game looks, and it's been a bit since I've played something like this, so I'm going to get into it. They showed off a game called Metaphor. It's not really up my alley, but it's kind of a JRPG as well. It was building a pretty neat looking world. Towerborn feels like it's a small adventure game, but it's all focused on a central town. Kind of feels like it's the last survivors after some sort of apocalypse, but the game's tone is much more, bright and joyful. It's an adventure game mixed with like that Frostpunk game. The game that's stealing the show that I've been seeing everybody talk about is one called Clockwork Revolution, and nobody's mentioning this game without mentioning BioShock Infinite because it looks like it's a clone of that. Somehow like BioShock Infinite, but there's more robots and automation. I'm hoping this does well. Again, I'm an old school Xbox fan. I may have the PS5, but I'm still rooting for Xbox. They need some big exclusives to bring everybody in. I think Western RPGs is going to be their kind of corner, and some of these like big gigantic story mode games. I hope they do well. You know, it's going to be tough. There's some of these games that will be available over on the PlayStation. For example, that Star Wars game will definitely be over there. We don't know. They also announced the Xbox Series S Carbon Black. It's an Xbox Series S, which is the cheaper model. This one's going to be $350 because it comes with 1 terabyte hard drive. So basically think of this one as the visual capabilities of this cheaper system, but with the hard drive of the bigger one. The Series S, though, the white one that has a smaller hard drive, is only $250. So it's a really good way to get your hands on a next-gen system. All the trailers and everything are on our website, geekfreakspodcast.com or gfpods.com. Go check it out.